Hello, everybody. This is episode 91 of the Overkill Podcast. I am your host, Iron Meta Frankie, and I'm here with...
Cribbity K10, baby.
Let's go, baby.
And we're back, baby, for episode 891, man. Crazy. Crazy how many episodes we've done. I guess we'll just hop into
I know, it is a little wild.
the first kind of topic here. I know we talked about this game quite a bit whenever it first came out, and we played it quite a bit. We just kind of fell off the wagon. But Armor King has came to Tekken 8, and this came out about 3 days ago. So I didn't know about this happening. I don't know if it was like a surprise drop or if there was like hype around it. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see we're getting more returning fighters, especially since the base game did remove quite a bit of them. I wish they would have just been in the game, though.
I mean, I think Tekken is a Bandai. I think Bandai has kind of become experts at this, though. As we used to say when our microtransactions were becoming a thing, where you take out content just to charge people for it later, and I think Bandai has really been experts on this. And I think it's a little naive to think that they'd ever give us anything for free, and that they would just remove characters like Armor King just to add him in a little later. I am a little shocked he wasn't base game because enough people did like him. But I mean, I guess that makes sense. He's kind of like one of those characters that, like, if you love him, and you're gonna pay for him no matter what. And if you don't care for him, you're probably still gonna buy him just to have a complete collection, because you might play him occasionally or whatever. But he is like the perfect character to do that with, so I'm not super surprised. It is unfortunate, though.
Yeah, I'm looking.
You kind of feel the same way, or?
I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty scummy how they do that. And I mean, a lot of games have started doing that now, where they'll take it out and then either like release it through seasonal content and make you buy like skins and stuff. Like, I know, just like as an example, Call of Duty sometimes will come out with like a game that has way less maps, and then they add like remasters and whatnot later.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should just keep all the maps, but but I did want to say, I'm looking at the season pass here for the character and stage pass, and it's mostly negative. The one that's just with the characters is also mostly negative, so it seems that people are not happy with their Tekken 8 Season 2 purchase. So yeah, other than that, there is also Maria Zhao, I think is how you say it.
Okay.
She's coming out apparently October to December this year. They haven't announced when she's coming out. Yeah, I think she's a new character. It looks like to me she's similar to Crystal from, I think, like Tekken 5, if I remember correctly. Or like Eddie Broccoli. I think that's or not Bob Broccoli, Eddie Gordo. That's what I'm thinking of. But yeah.
Eddie Gordo. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea who that chick is, but okay. Yeah, there has been a considerable split in the Tekken community ever since the addition of the store. I know the people that are addicted, they might throw a fit and they might complain, but they're still playing for sure. Oops. They're still playing for sure. Yeah. Well, will we ever come back to this game? We say we will, and then we never will. I just know that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah. Interesting. I think. Oh, she seems kind of like a boxer. I don't know what like martial arts style it is, but
Yeah. Okay.
pretty cool.
All right. Well, I guess we can move on to the next one. So there is a, I guess there is a currency that they've added in Destiny, and I don't remember this currency. Its name is Unstable Cores. It has to do with like infusing your weapons with different powers and abilities and stuff, and like different properties. And I guess it was a really, 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 really it's a very unbalanced system in that like if you reach end game, you just have to grind and grind and grind, and no one liked it. So I guess there was an intern that would always tell them, no, just use Glimmer, no, just use Glimmer, like every time they wanted to add in a new currency. And they added in this new unstable core currency. Player base hated it, and now they're going to give everyone 777,000 and 777 worth of them. So they're trying their goal. I don't know why they chose that number. Cat, please, for the love of God. Holy crap, he just keeps running across my desk over and over again. Goodness gracious, sit down. So
Valley Crash.
I can't do this. And I guess their goal is to depreciate the I guess the goal is to depreciate the currency down into where it's like not worth anything. There you go. Get up on the bookshelf. That was probably loud. I guess the goal is to depreciate the currency so it's not really worth anything and that it's easy to come by. Because if they basically give everyone 700,000 like they're claiming, well, basically 8, it'll just completely crash the economy of the unstable cores, and there'll be so much flowing in the game that like I guess it just doesn't matter. They've also apologized to the player base, and as we've noted previously in other episodes, Destiny 2 is kind of not really well liked by the community at this point.
Yeah. I do think I remember them adding this in. I think it was with, not with Witch Queen, but I think it was the DLC after that. Maybe it was. I don't remember. But whenever we played, I do remember you could, like, upgrade your weapons, and they kind of, like, started doing that with, I think, Witch Queen. And I think as the DLCs have gone on, they've kind of probably ramped that up where you have to farm more and more of these cores. Yeah, but we've just been out of the game for so long. I was thinking about getting back in, playing it again, and then every time I install it, I do a couple strikes, and I'm like, I'm going to be doing this for like 5,000 times over, so... I don't know. To me, it's like, the game gets really repetitive, and I feel like that's one thing that I feel like with them finally not, like, sunsetting stuff as much, I think they still do from time and time, they do, but without doing, or with them not doing that, I do think it is kind of helping the game be less repetitive, but...
Yeah, I think so. I think I think it comes with benefits too. Like if you ever want to make a new character, run through old content, kind of like we did when we first got into the game. I think you're right. I think it adds quite a lot of value because you worked on all of that content. You did all the work. Might as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only thing I wish, and I know it's like an MMO kind of game, but I do wish there was a way to do raids solo. And maybe have like AI players or something that are there with you. But it's kind of my only complaint with the game.
Fair enough. I mean, I'd take it. It sounds sick, yeah.
Or maybe like
I liked.
maybe if you have to complete a puzzle where you have to have 4 players, it only requires 1 player, or you just have to do a different puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think stuff like that is also really cool as far as like getting community together, because there will be a lot of people that just try to find a group and just get community together, build friend groups and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Guess we can move on to another to a pretty recent release, Battlefield 6. I actually did get the game.
Yeah.
I did play it. I have been playing it quite a bit. To me, it's basically exactly as the beta was, and I kind of feel the same way about it, where it's just like it's an okay shooter game, but it's just it's not as good as the old days, and it'll never be as good as the old days. But as like a first-person shooter, it's decent. I don't know. I don't agree with like all these review outlets giving it like 9, 10 out of 10s and stuff like that. I think at most it's like an 8. But I would probably rate it like a 7 or a 6. But
damn, cold-blooded boy. I'd probably put it at like a 7 or 6. It's like hella average from at least when I played the beta,
Yeah, and for this game, they do have a completely different sort of Portal mode. People have been able to recreate maps because within Portal you basically have like a bunch of assets that you can put around maps and whatnot, and you can change the maps and add like there's just different elements that you can do. So like I think you have access to like streets, and you can put like barricades and whatnot and shipping containers and whatever. And so people have like recreated shipment. I've seen people have recreated other maps from other games. They've recreated Call of Duty Zombies within Battlefield. They've done like a MW3 survival style mode within the game. There's just so much creativity here with the Portal mode. But just like in Battlefield 2042, people were making XP farms and progression farms. So they have, I believe DICE has taken sort of some steps to minimize the XP that you gain from level up servers or Portal servers in general.
Yeah.
And they did this with Battlefield 2042, and this time they were anticipating it as like basically everything that was in that game kind of carried over. And so now they came out with this statement. We're developing adjustments that are intended to diminish the number of XP farms taking up server space, while further emphasizing playing with friends on both custom and verified experiences. So they don't want to take away all the experiences, but they have taken away a couple of them. I know while I was searching for the Call of Duty Zombies map, I think either the person took it down or the developers did, because I had to find a different version of the same map because it wasn't working. So I don't know if they like thought it was an XP farm and they like took it down, but yeah, I think that's kind of going to be one problem, is they don't know what's like a player XP farm and what's not, Yeah, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've seen this in. You see this in a lot of. You see this in a lot of games. Like if you remember on the Wii, we played Brothers in Arms, right? Or what was it? No. The other shooter that was really popular, the World War II one. Well, anyways, there'd be servers and stuff, or even just like if you go play like old COD games, there are always servers that do like the crazy XP rates and the crazy, you know, farming or just like crazy abilities. And I think in Battlefield, I think because of the way that the servers are set up, I assume they just really, really struggle to tell whenever people are fucking with them, even though they have, you know, the rootkit on your PC or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or am I just smoking something fierce right now?
No, I think I agree with you. There was one guy at my work who was, we were kind of chit chatting, just, you know, shooting the shit because nothing was going on, and he was like, I'm refusing to play Battlefield, and he refused to play like Valorant and all those other games because they all have like rootkits or whatever. I think it's just like an inevitable thing where it's like, yeah, it sucks that they have to do that, but it's in a way I can understand because it's, you know, cheaters are always going to try to cheat, and I think bad apples ruin it for everyone. So if you want to play a game, you have to do that.
Yeah, it just comes with territory. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, it all started with Riot, as most things do, actually. They begin with Riot Games doing, or the biggest competitor doing it, you know, and then everyone copies that. But
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's about right. I agree. I guess we'll move on to the next story, which is one that I'm happy for. Look, there has been a trademark filed under Sega for Shadow the Hedgehog. It was published on October 8th of 2025, and the application was put in back in September 30th, 2025. Damn, that patent office turns them around quick. They have patented things for, you know, disc and consoles and toys and all kinds of things related to Shadow the Hedgehog. So it is possible that there's going to be a Shadow the Hedgehog game again. Probably not as edgy, but there's been Sonic X Shadow Generations that came out recently. Shadow has been getting a lot of love recently, and it is possible there is another game coming around the corner.
nice.
Nice.
That's kind of funny to me because I mean, Shadow was popular back in the day, and then I feel like as time's gone on, people have like viewed him as cringe, and I feel like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I think 20 years after the trend dies, the trend comes back, you know, and I feel like he might be kind of popular again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he might be coming back, baby. Now, I doubt, like, if he dies again, he's gonna be like, damn, or anything. I doubt.
Nah.
Yeah, I doubt he's gonna have any of that edge.
Yeah, I went back and I played Shadow the Hedgehog. It is a horrible video game, bro. The only part that's cool is that it's basically Sonic Heroes, but instead of the hero gimmick, you can pick up guns and shoot aliens, I guess. It's other than that, I mean, the controls are horrible because it's Sonic Heroes, basically, but worse. So, yep.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what else we can talk about on this one.
shit. There's not much. I guess going back and playing the original game, I guess something I want to mention is, like, I had such nostalgia for it that when I went back and played the original, it was so slippery and slidey, and it just felt so bad to play. It just was horrible, man.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what are we doing? What are we doing with this? Yeah, I don't know. It was just not cooking. At all.
That happens with a lot of games.
Yeah, it was a lot. It's worse than I remember. I guess something interesting. If there is a new game, I would look forward to them improving the controls quite a bit. But yeah, the first one, I just have a special place for. But yeah, if you've never played it, go ahead, give it a shot. You all know how to figure that out. So it's fun.
Yeah.
It's interesting to play a Sonic game with guns, which is odd, but pretty
I
cool.
mean, I don't know. I mean, most of the Sonic games that have been coming out recently have been pretty good. You had Sonic Frontiers, and I believe it was Sonic Origins, and then obviously the Generations with Shadow was good too, because it's basically just Generations again. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think if they did go back and make a Shadow game, I think I'm kind of tired of the boost formula as a whole. Like, I think the boost Sonic games are cool, but I love the adventure style where there's no boost, but it's still 3D, and it kind of, in my opinion, it more closely emulates the 2D games.
Oh yeah.
Because in 2D games you didn't have the boost, and I feel like the 3D ones that don't have it, in my opinion, they feel a lot better, and they have, I think, more interesting level design than boost. Because if you're going 1,000 miles an hour, you can't have complex, enemies or anything like that. Everything has to be pretty simple. And I feel like I feel like if I'm playing like Sonic Adventure, I actually do like die quite a bit. Whereas in a game like, well, Colors is too easy, but I feel like not the werewolf one, but the one after. Always forget the name. It's been too many games, but that one I actually did struggle a little bit with. Well, Generations, that's what it was. Yeah, that one I did die a few times, but I felt like it was a little too easy. But yeah, I guess we'll move on to the Donkey
It was a little
Kong
too easy.
64. Yeah, the Donkey Kong 64 composer, who went uncredited in the Mario Brothers movie, was so pissed that he still hasn't watched the film, and he's only seen a little bit of the DK rap. So I don't know. Y'all probably know him, but Grant Kirkhope, he's a legendary producer of many iconic soundtracks like GoldenEye and Banjo-Kazooie and DK64. So whenever the Mario movie came out in 2023, he didn't go see it because he knew, or he found out that the DK rap was used in it, and he didn't like that. So yeah, I guess he tried to get in contact with Nintendo, but only legal people came back to him, basically. So
Oof.
yeah, I guess they
Never a good sign.
yeah.
Okay.
They came up
Wow.
with a 3-rule criteria. They decided any music owned by Nintendo that appeared in the movie, they wouldn't credit the composer apart from Koji Kondo, which is he makes most of the Mario soundtracks. Then they decided
Wow.
anything with a vocal, they wouldn't credit the composer, so the Donkey Kong rap scores there. But they also decided if Nintendo also owned that, they wouldn't credit the composer. Dang, dude. Brutal.
That's cold-blooded, bro.
I mean, does it really matter? Like, to me, I mean, I know that I produced it, but I feel like, I don't know exactly how I feel on like giving credit, but it's, most people just don't even care and just skip through the credits anyway, or they just stop the movie as soon as the credits come on. So I don't know if it really matters. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, like for people like me, and us. I think we already know who Grant Kirkhope is. No one really. I mean, Nintendo is right. No one's gonna care, and I guess only like artists and and music people would probably ever care. It's not super surprising, I guess. You know, I don't know. I guess it's just more shitty stuff that Nintendo's doing.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo's been
Yeah.
doing a lot of stuff recently, bro.
I don't know. I mean, do you think it's like that shitty or not? I mean,
I mean, it is pretty scummy, I feel like, to do that. Because obviously I do think, like, you do need to be credited for your work, but it's... I don't know. I mean, I guess it is, like, an old enough song. Most people probably don't know who actually produced it. But, unless you're, like, really in the weeds. So yeah, I don't know if crediting him would have really done any. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably not. I mean, most people don't. Most people don't even watch the credits. I don't even watch the credits, which is it's a little hypocritical of me. But it's like, what am I gonna get from them unless I'm trying to find someone specific? So I guess it's a little shitty. They could have done it out of giving a shit about movies and such, but not surprising. Most people just Google it anyways, like who made the DK rap, and it'll come up. So I guess it's not that bad. I wanted to throw in this last story for a particular reason, and that's because the price of the Alienware Aurora R16 RTX 5080 gaming PC with lifted cooling drops below $2,000 at Dell. And this is partially a warning for everyone out there who has ever considered getting a Dell. It seems like a pretty good idea, but if you've ever opened up one of these gaming Dell laptops, you would know that like nothing is properly cooled. The components are like as base as they can be. They don't put in variable speed fans. They just put in the shitty ones they put in their work computers. The graphics card might be okay, but usually it's the most stripped down version. So it'll be like a 5080 without a fan on it at all, and then the only cooling component that'll exist will be the CPU with a shitty fan on top as well. So I'm just saying you got to watch out for stuff like this. I mean, it seems like a pretty good deal, but I think it's a horrible idea. What?
It's weird. Wait. Oh, you can get one without liquid cooling, I guess, because they show an image here that there's not a liquid cooler. But yeah, I mean, to me it looks pretty similar to what we got going on. It's got liquid cooling with a radiator on the back of it, which looks interesting. But yeah, I mean the 50 series card probably will have the stock cooler that it comes with, which is pretty typical. Usually you don't remove the stock cooler on the graphics card, so
yeah, but they make their own version of it because they produce so many. So yeah, it'll be whatever their stock fan is.
Yeah. PC.
I'm just saying, buying from Dell is a bad idea, but especially buying. I mean, if you just do the logic of why is it $2,000? Well, it's because they're using a lot of their base Dell parts, and they don't. Dell has never figured out how to design. Dell is Alienware, so I'm using them interchangeably. Dell's never figured out how to design a computer that's not like shitty, super shitty. This one, it looks like they've gotten a little better at it, but I just question, I just question if it's even worth buying, and I don't think it is, because it's just not. Their base components are not good, and they're not. It looks like what they've put in there is their base fan that has like an LED in it, and it's not even variable speed, most likely. But maybe it is, and maybe I'm just shit talking Dell for things I learned 10 years ago about them. But yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, I would never buy. I think I'll never buy another pre-built, even though this pre-built that we got is pretty good. It's probably the only one I would buy. anything that if you go into Best Buy and like look at any of those gaming computers they have, those are not the ones that you want to be buying either. Like I think iBuyPower also has some like questionable build quality to a lot of their stuff. You know, and I think any of the like most of the pre-built companies are just cringe, bro. You just build your own computer. It's not too hard nowadays.
Yeah, it's not, it's not worth all the hubbub. It's not that difficult.
Yep.
All right.
Guess that's it for the pod. Hope you boys
I suppose
enjoyed.
that is it.
It's been your boy,
guys.
Gribbity K10. Peace.
It's been your boy Meta. Sorry for being a little sour today. Bye.